I'm Gary Isaacs with the Ike Pickett Integrity Trip. If an audit of the Federal Reserve is finally done by DOGE, they'll find the biggest empty sack in history. The Federal Reserve has no money, only the power to increase or decrease the money supply by debt and credit and by manipulating interest rates. It's a house of cards that is based only on debt and credit. The biggest ripoff of the American people occurred in 1913. There was no income tax before 1913. The United States became the richest, most powerful nation on the planet without an income tax. Tariffs and free trade provided all that was necessary to fund the government.
In 1913, the richest people in the United States and probably the world secretly met at Jekyll Island, Georgia, and devised the Federal Reserve Act. The U.S. presidential election was manipulated by diluting votes to a third party, and Woodrow Wilson was elected. He signed the act into law and then declared that control of the nation was in the hands of a few rich oligarchs, and there was nothing Americans could do about it. Suffering from the Depression of 1929 to 1935, President Franklin D. Roosevelt made a new deal to borrow from the oligarchs to save the nation's economy in exchange for an income tax on the citizens to pay the debt.
There was no income tax withholding in the U.S. before 1935.
The beginning of constitutional rights being sold for money. The system of credit was established and debt became the new norm.
After World War II, the nation became pacified in their comfortable economy and constitutional rights were ignored.
In 1971, Nixon removed gold as the backing for the U.S. dollar, making U.S. money backed only by a printing press that was controlled by the oligarchs. The people were becoming oppressed by IRS collection practices. The Constitution was pulled back to the front by bold and free-thinking citizens. Today, the national debt is a joke. There is no way for it to be paid by taxing the citizens. Only the Constitution of the United States stands in the way of a new world order controlled by the G7, world oligarchs, and the World Bank. We must pay the price to save it. What can ordinary citizens do about it?
Trump is right. The income tax can be eliminated with the right deals on foreign trade. Tariffs are the friend of a free people. Income tax has been used as a tool for despotism. If that's not enough to get your attention, wait until a centralized digital currency is applied to all of your daily activities. I don't think that will happen. I have more confidence in people than that. But it's time to clean up the corruption and the Ponzi money system. Just slip a bit of your income into Bitcoin, an inflation-proof way to save. Don't wait until the only way to get it is to earn it. To move away from fiat money created by the banksters into the private decentralized custody of the citizens. A true government of the people, by the people, for the people. I'm Gary Isaacs with the Ike Pickett Integrity Trip. Open my website, thebitcoincowboy.com, and get my books, Standing Up to the Coup and Searching for Bitcoin, where you can learn what you need to know to be truly free. In the meantime, I encourage you to be as righteous as you know how to be, repent from bad behavior daily, and sleep peacefully at night knowing that your integrity is improving and your savings are in your own custody.
There's an old American system, it's called free enterprise. We have a tendency to forget when the do-gooders start to rise. When the dollar gets weak and prices are high and they give us their socialist salve. If the government can give you all you want, it can take everything you have.